Hi, welcome to Idea Demo Day. Before we begin, I would like to first acknowledge that Dalhousie University is located in Mi'kma'ki, the ancestral and unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq. We are all treaty people. Hi everyone, my name is Margaret Pomader, and I'm the founding director of Dalhousie University's Emera ideaHUB. The ideaHUB is an early stage incubator for teams and startups building and developing physical products. We are delighted that you're joining us today to see the progress of some of our startups that they've made over the last couple of months in prototyping their new technologies.
Hi, everybody. I'm Katie Cameron. I'm the coordinator of Dalhousie University's Emera ideaHUB. I'm also the newest addition to the ideaHUB team, and I'm so happy to be on board leading great initiatives like this first ever demo day. If you're watching on Twitter, there's still time to join us on our main event page over on YouTube. Visit the link on your screen now to come hang out with us on the main page. Here is a quick overview of today's show. First, we're going to hear a little bit from Dalhousie's Dean of Engineering, Dr. John Newhook. Then we'll be launching right into our demoing companies. From there, we'll hear a little bit from Malcolm Fraser, the CEO of InnovaCorp, our funding partner for the Build program. And we'll close the show with a look at what our program alumni have been up to. These programs and today's show are made possible by our ecosystem partners. Many thanks to Build program partner InnovaCorp, who supported the building of our company's prototypes. Volta Gear, which is a joint initiative between the ideaHUB and Volta to ensure the best access to resources for all of our startups. And Nova Scotia Business Inc. and the Halifax Partnership are promotional partners for the event.
Thanks, Katie. It really does take an ecosystem to raise a company. The ideaHUB was actually developed to fill a gap in Atlantic Canada, supporting innovators at the very beginning of launching new products. Building and developing a prototype can be costly and a very time-intensive process. And all of our supports at the ideaHUB are designed to help those that would otherwise struggle on their own. Now you're going to hear from Dr. Cliff Johnston, professor in mechanical engineering and our academic director, to tell us about one program that has helped the demoing companies today. Over to you, Cliff.
Hi there, my name is Dr. Clifton Johnston. I'm the academic director of the Emera ideaHUB. And I'm here just to talk a little bit about some of the background and rationale behind the Build program. So the Build program is conceived as a way to take anyone who's interested in a hardware startup and try to give them the skills and tools and techniques that you need to go from idea all the way through to scale manufacturing. And so the Build is really broken into three parts. There's the design phase, where we look at how you go about taking your idea, making sure it's an opportunity, and sort of doing all that customer discovery and bringing it around to where you have an idea that you think has legs and you have a company behind it. Phase 2 is into the prototyping and making, where you can take your idea and now you can go and use the various tools and techniques in our makerspace and in the ideaHUB to prototype and test and get feedback on your ideas. And third is our scale, where you take that prototype and now you figure out how to make that prototype into 10,000 or 100,000 units. And how do you go from prototype thinking to scale manufacturing thinking? And who do you talk to about that, and where do you send your work to get it made like that? So really we're trying to take you from the beginning to the very end, where you're starting with an idea and you're ending with 100,000 of your product in stores, selling them and making revenue. So Build is really, our attempt to give you that sort of those skills and tools you'll need to navigate that spectrum of your project. A lot of companies come in at a lot of different phases, and so I hope that they can slot into various pieces of Build and get something from it. Whether you've already got a prototype you've been playing with, or you're really coming from the young innovators in and you're sort of starting from the start, we want to be able to help you get to where you're able to make money and grow your company. And so I want to thank you all for being part of the Build program, and I hope it's been worthwhile as you've learned lots. And I'm really excited to see the outcome of all of the companies and all of the products that you've developed over the last so many months. So thanks again, and I hope to see you again soon.
So Cliff is actually the academic director who helps ensure that our teams and companies get the training and programming that they need. Being located in the Faculty of Engineering at Dalhousie also means that we're strategically positioned to help companies troubleshoot all the various technical challenges that invariably come up when you're building a new prototype. Graham Muirhead is our engineering lead on site and can operate all the equipment in the idea building, from the full machine shop on the first floor to the 3D printing electronics equipment on the third floor. Graham and our team of experts really know their stuff. Even things as simple as where to put a button or a lever can actually save a startup millions when they go to production. So getting the design right at the start saves time and money. For us, it's all about developing products and getting them in the hands of customers faster. During COVID, our facility access obviously changed, and Graham has been the one constant on site since last summer. Through the Build program, he's been connecting with companies and ensuring that prototype development could continue, even when the startups themselves couldn't be in the ideaHUB. So let's hear a little bit from Graham in the ideaHUB.
Hi everyone, I'm Graham Muirhead, the engineering lead for the Emera ideaHUB. I'm here in the hub today, and I wanted to talk to you for a minute about Build and what it looked like on my end. There were two big phases, buying and building. In the first phase, companies submitted a lot of requests for buying things to me. This is part of their budgets. All ranges from supplies to equipment to even outside services in the area. With COVID, that involved a lot of shipping and pickup and drop-off. I'm pretty sure I didn't forget anyone's order, but if I did, get back to me. In the second phase, I built a couple of prototypes for companies, most notably for Cultivated Eco and Action. Cultivated Eco, we're building a stationary composter, and Action, an elevating walker. I hope we'll get to see both of those today. And I'm excited in this demo day to hear about what you're doing with your prototypes and to see you all again. Take care.
So along with Graham, our team has supported over 54 companies since the ideaHUB opened in April 2019. Along the bottom of your screen, you'll see the names of all of those various startups. And here is a first snapshot of the growth of those teams. These are cumulative metrics. As you can see, these companies have created 106 new jobs and secured a total of $28 million in financing. 178 intellectual property assets, including patents, trademarks, copyrights, and trade secrets, are behind their innovations. IP assets are a way to protect new and novel innovations, and they are an integral part of technology commercialization. As teams progress through our programming at the ideaHUB, they execute IP strategies, and we expect many of these trade secrets to get filed as more patents in the coming year, now that we've fleshed out their designs with the prototypes that you're going to see today. Stay tuned in the coming weeks as we release our full impact report.
Now, let's welcome Dr. John Newhook, who chairs the Emera ideaHUB's Operations Committee. John is the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering at Dalhousie, as well as a Professor of Civil Engineering. He received his Bachelor of Civil Engineering, his Master's of Applied Science, and his Master's of Applied Science from the Technical University of Nova Scotia, and his Doctor of Philosophy in Structural Air Engineering from Dalhousie University. As you can tell from John's academic background, his love of building runs deep, especially when it comes to bridges. In fact, we might even go as far as to call him a bridge nerd. If you've ever been in a Zoom meeting with John, you'll notice a different bridge photo behind him every time. These are his own photos, as prior to COVID, he traveled the world visiting one-of-a-kind bridges. If you ever want to talk for hours about struts and suspension, he's your guy. In addition to his love of building, he has a passion for innovation, developing research partnerships and advising various Atlantic Canadian companies and provincial departments. The Emera ideaHUB is overseen by the Faculty of Engineering under John's leadership. Welcome, John.
Thank you, Katie. And I guess maybe with that introduction, I have to give a little quiz of how many bridges are in the background behind me. We'll tell you at the end of the demo day. Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us at the Emera ideaHUB first ever demo day. The Emera ideaHUB is located in the Faculty of Engineering at Dalhousie University. This unique structure helps startup companies build prototypes better and faster. It is a unique model, and we are proud to be filling this important role in Atlantic Canada's innovation ecosystem. This year, our companies have accomplished incredible things. All 17 of our bridge companies are leaving this program with physical products that will enable them to grow to their next step. Building a prototype is a game changer for a startup company. The importance of having something tangible to show your investors and customers and partners cannot be overemphasized. It is this piece that sets our companies apart and enables their growth, which we see after they leave the program. Most of our companies join the Emera ideaHUB with 1 to 3 employees and very little funding. They leave the program having grown to 6 to 10 employees and an average of $1 million in funding in the bank. Thanks to that success, we can say with confidence that the Emera ideaHUB is an engine for economic growth in our region. These incredible results would not be possible without the leadership and dedication of Margaret Palmater, our founding director. Her energy and enthusiasm has made the ideaHUB an outstanding success in just 2 years of operation. I would also like to acknowledge our many partners who help us, but more importantly, help the students and the companies. I want to especially acknowledge our delivery partner, Bolter Gear. We must also thank our incredible program funding partner, Innovacorp. If it wasn't for their generous funding, these pitches would only be ideas and not prototypes. Finally, we must acknowledge the vision and support from Emera in helping establish the ideaHUB and the building in which it's hosted. The strength of Emera leadership has helped us assemble an amazing group of local leaders who form the ideaHUB Advisory Committee. They volunteer their time and expertise to bring the ideaHUB to the next level of success. Enjoy the rest of the event, which promises to be both exciting and inspiring. Thank you.
Thank you, John. That was extremely kind words. And as you know, it is always an ecosystem that comes together to make everything possible. So thank you to everybody who's involved with the ideaHUB, giving their time and support to help our startups succeed. Thank you so much, John. The ideaHUB is all about being a foundation and helping innovators get started to build new products for the first time. The demos that you're going to see today are what we call alpha prototypes and MVPs, minimum viable products. Alphas are the first real embodiment of a new innovation. They are meant to be made quick and dirty to figure out the bumps, no wasted time or money. And MVPs are the next stage in prototyping. They have the bare minimum features to do what you need your product to do. By building an MVP, a startup can get it in the hands of an early user to see if it works the way that it needs to. This often leads to a first customer. So let's get these demos started.
And it's over to me to tell you a little bit more about how the demos are going to work today. So we have 15 companies presenting. They each have 3 minutes to share with you a little bit about who they are and the problem they are solving. They're a little bit behind their incredible talented teams, a demo of the product, and a little bit about where the company is headed in the next 6 months. Make sure you show your support and love for these hardworking founders in the comments. We'll be following along and sharing our thoughts too. If you want to contact these companies, here is the link to do this. You should see it show up on your screen shortly. Now it's time to sit back and enjoy. Help us welcome our first presenter, Liam Maskant from Action Independence Mobility.
Hi, everyone. I'm part of the team at Action Independence Mobility, and we design everyday assistive devices to enable people to live active, independent lives. Our first device is a rollator walker with a lifting and variable height seat, and our focus is on the aging population, which is the fastest growing age cohort in the world. This is our team. We're made up of our leader, Tracy McGilvery, co-founder and CEO, myself, also co-founder and CPO, and Su-Ling Duong, our chief occupational therapist. So what brings us together? What's the pain that we're trying to solve? Well, for about the past 3 years, Tracy's father has been experiencing some falls. He's unable to get back up to his feet, and there's been no serious injury that's occurred, and his wife of similar abilities has been unable to help him back up. Tracy and her husband have luckily been close in most cases and have been there to help. But they started looking for a solution to this, and they couldn't find a device on the market. This is when all 3 of us came together and decided to develop a device to solve the pain. So as you can see in our first rudimentary prototype, the seat lowers flush to the ground. The user then scoots themselves onto the seat. They then use simple controls to raise themselves back up to a suitable position to stand from, preferably greater than a 90-degree knee bend. Through our first round of clinical feedback, we also identified some other use cases, one being the aid in transfers. The seat can lower to a specific height. The user can easily transfer from a bed or a lower seat, and then they're raised back up to a more suitable position. Another use case is energy conservation and activities of daily living. This is something like lowering themselves to the bottom shelf, retrieving what they need, and then raising themselves back up. And finally, our device will also meet the functions of a typical rollator walker. So where are we going next? Well, in the next couple of weeks, we're hoping to finish V2, which will allow us that valuable user feedback. By the end of the summer, we hope that to use that feedback for a prototype that can allow for manufacturing feedback. and we're hoping to have a production-ready device by the end of the year. Also, by this time next year, we're hoping to be in the market selling our first few devices. Thank you very much for tuning in, and I hope to hear from all of you soon.
Good day. My name is Drew McDonald. I'm a former submarine captain and founder of McDonald Hallett Oceans Protection Engineering Group. I'm speaking today about a new product we are developing. It's a pre-rigged, remotely operated, quick-release, autonomous emergency towing system for ships that are in distress or have been evacuated and left abandoned. I was the CEO of 3 submarines during the Cold War, HMCS Okanagan, Ojibwe, and Onondaga. I've done major project management with Mark 48 torpedo, and as a civilian, I held the chair in submarine tactics at the Canadian Forces Maritime Warfare Center. Carr was a submarine and destroyer engineering officer. He spent 28 years in the Navy doing senior engineering jobs and major projects, and 15 years with Fleetway as well. And combined, we have over 68 years service. We, in fact, sailed together in the same submarine back when we were lieutenants in the early 80s. Okay, what's the problem? Wow, this is a bad day at sea. The stakes are high and immense risks include loss of life, partial or total loss of ship and cargo, environmental disaster, and huge liabilities. Many years ago, the merchant vessel Breyer was broken down, the crew evacuated. The ship was abandoned and adrift in storm force weather. 2 vessels responding to the Mayday repeatedly tried to get a line on board, but were unsuccessful. For 2 hours, they tried to get a line on board. This was the inciting moment for me where I realized that all tankers and merchant ships should have pre-rigged emergency towing systems ready for action, just as I have seen and used in submarines. Our competitors supply the ropes, chains, and shackles required to have an emergency towing system, but it still takes a crew to rig and deploy. 2 things set our solution apart. Number one, our system is pre-rigged and securely installed on board the ship in distress. Secondly, we have a SATCOM transceiver embedded in the system. Activated on command from a ship or a global operations center, the McDonald Hallett system will autonomously launch the first line from the ship in distress. The rescue vessel will take hold of this line and extract the remaining lines from the pre-rigged stowage, thus establishing a tow in minutes, without the need for crew members aboard the distressed or abandoned ship. In 2020, we completed technical discovery and received conceptual drawings from Ingenuity. We advanced our TRL from 3 to 4. In 2021, our demonstrator would be completed with advanced prototype and sea trials to follow, with production expected in 2022. We're actively seeking collaboration with individuals, governments, academia, and industry on our journey to commercialization. Join us in a joint venture or pilot project as we take the manual towing methods of the 17th century to the digitized high-tech seas of the 21st. Thank you.
Hi, hello everyone. My name is Aurel Gargosli. I'm the founder CEO of Galaxia Mission Systems. We're a new space company based in Halifax, Nova Scotia, and we are focusing on design and development of satellites, small satellites and nanosatellites, components and subcomponents. This is our fast-growing team. We are highly focused on design and development, primarily to engineers and technologists. We are one of the first members of the NVIDIA Inception program with focus in AI and space, and we're also part of the Atlantic Canadian Aerospace and Defense Association. The problem we're trying to solve is how do we monitor the surface of the ocean continuously and more efficiently. So the one way to look at it was the market of AI, but the problems that are currently is in the system is the fact that being able to fly the AI-capable computers into space is a bit difficult. So we created our ion vortex computers on the left. These are computers that are designed for nanosatellites. And what we are trying to do is feature detection and tracking of ships of basically bigger than 30 feet over the coastline, be able to monitor their movement. So this demo shows our MVP using our ion vortex Raven computer. As you can see, this system was trained to detect and follow pedestrians. So what we did, we just grabbed the camera, we took the Raven into the streets, and we wanted to see the performance. And as you can see, the idea here is once the satellites are in space, we will start retraining the satellites, and instead of tracking individuals, we are able to track ships, and we will scale that in a bigger constellation of satellites. So that way we can understand where every ship or vessel is on the surface of the ocean and be able to track their movements over time. One thing you can notice that these boxes that show up around pedestrians, that means that the pedestrian is detected, but also you can see multiple squares show up. That's the prediction model that we are using, and that's the algorithm known as the Kalman filter that we are doing. So that basically translates into the ship. So now we can identify ships. We know their headings, we know their speed, so we can predict their movement over time. And so far, our MVP shows promising results, and we're very happy about that. Over the next 2 years, we are hoping to commercialize the ion vortex computer itself. And again, as I mentioned, these are the computers that fly onboard satellites. We are hoping to wrap up the Mobius ISR, the intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance software, the Edge AI that will go over that. And we are hoping that within the next 2 years, we will have this small MVP constellation of satellites fly to be able to start monitoring the ocean surfaces. Well, thank you for your time, and have a great rest of the evening.
Hi, everyone. We are Avicensics, and we want to make accessible personal healthcare possible for everyone. Avicensics is a high-tech sensor manufacturer that is a spin-off company from Dr. Koila's lab at Dalhousie University, a medtech company out of a world-class advanced materials lab. Here's my co-founder, Dr. Koila, Canada researcher in advanced materials, the acting CTO, and me, Rez, the CEO. Dr. Koilat has an extensive experience in advanced materials and nanotechnology with lots of scientific credential, running a world-class lab at Dalhousie University. Mirez, an entrepreneurial spirited guy, insanely interested in building massive tech companies, and the recipient of the Scotia Scholar Award 2021. Currently, our team consists of two fantastic researchers, engineer Kahwagi, PhD student at Dalhousie University in chemical engineering with lots of experience in process design and conducting high-value research. Also, Ms. Shekshuki from electrical engineering department will join us as a co-op student from fall 2021. Other connections in the ecosystem besides the awesome ideaHUB at Dalhousie University are Halifax Partnership, Springboard, MyTax, and Initio Institute. Currently, we are in the process of building custom designed testing equipment that will simulate real conditions of human body to be able to run more rigorous analysis on our sensors. This was happened with the help of Build program at ideaHUB. So special thanks to this great program, the team, and Margaret at ideaHUB. To leverage the company, we are looking for having more devoted space and the opportunity to be in a designated incubator to benefit more from mentors, advisors, and business coaches to make real-world value out of our fantastic technologies. Funding is also a must through this challenging journey, which we are looking for constantly. The future goal for Avicensics is to become one of the top-tier, highly sensitive health sensor manufacturers globally as the backbone of the upcoming decentralized healthcare system. At the end, on behalf of Avicensics, I want to say thank you to Dalhousie University and ideaHUB for their great support and opportunity and the build program more specifically. This was a great support. However, we are looking for more programs and support from you to build amazing companies and create wealth and jobs for our community. Thank you.
I'm Angie Van Kessel, co-founder of Cultivated Ecosystems. We're a rural startup in Pictou County, Nova Scotia, focused on putting plant nutrition back into the hands it belongs, the growers. Our mission is to make sustainable soil solutions so affordable and simple, there's no reason to add anything else. This year, we're focused on helping home growers be successful in their own backyards without the need of fertilizer, lime, or much effort. With the help of the Build program, we are working towards growing our support to larger growers, saving them time and money. We're a mom-led company who started questioning how some of our food was grown and who were frustrated with the uncertainty of the products available to grow our own, not to mention the high cost to just grow a carrot. Looking at the garden centers, there are hundreds of products with fancy claims, but most of them are filler or have lost all beneficial content after being packaged in oxygen-cutting plastic. Marla has a background in biology and perfected a self-sustaining soil solution, creating plant-supporting biology. I jumped in with my horticulture background to support her efforts with crazy ideas that actually work. Together, we cover the roots and shoots of the team. Marla looks after below the ground, and I cover what grows above. Turns out, this simple solution isn't so simple. Machines and systems available on the market today don't work, cost major dollars, and take a lot of labor. Not so great when you're trying to grow a profit. With the Build program, we were able to make our first prototype a reality. The scalable design eliminates 80% of the labor involved in creating our soil solution and comes in at a fraction of the cost. Not to mention, you won't need to invest in land, infrastructure, just to make space to work it. This machine, paired with our biology support, will be a game changer for anyone growing anything. Save time, save money, and save the soil. We rural girls are focused on getting our small-scale machines ready for market early next year. Paired with other prototypes coming down the line, we will have a full circle of simplified equipment, making growing easy and profitable. Again, we're Cultivated Ecosystems. We're focused on support. Skip all the trial and error and just get growing.
Hi, everybody. My name is Brett Evans. I am the CEO and co-founder of Doob Tool Inc. We are a product development company based here at residency in the ideaHUB and founded in the beautiful Halifax, Nova Scotia. We launched somewhere around the same day as legalization, and we were able to secure our first government contract with the NSLC to have our accessories in their accessory section or lineup. Within the first year of legalization. So we have been development of the Doob tool for around about a year and a half prior to that. And then finally was ready to kind of jump into market when cannabis was fully legalized for recreational use across the country. We've also signed on to a national distributor, and we are now represented across the country. We focus on building products that allow cannabis consumers to transport and prepare cannabis products safely and effectively, and kind of have a product that is an all-in-one, somewhat like the Swiss Army knife of cannabis. And our big goal is to end the stigma around cannabis use and the consumer. So I just want to switch over to our team here. We have a team of 4, myself, my co-founder, Chris Lewis, who is our co-founder and CFO. We have a full-time engineer. Our lead engineer is Oscar Parslow. And we have a marketing manager who is Andrea McDonald. She's absolutely awesome. The whole team is fantastic. We work primarily out of the ideaHUB. But as of the whole COVID thing, we've been working remotely from home. But the team has been super effective so far to keep the ball rolling and keep that momentum going as this kind of crazy time right now with COVID and the COVID restrictions. So this is a label diagram of the Doob tool. It has 10 different tools, over 20 different ways to use it. What we've been working on in the build program was this protective case that goes around the dupe tool, and that just gives it a little bit more rigidity and more strength when using it outdoors or using it whenever, really. And then there's mechanisms that we worked on inside the tool as well to strengthen all of the mechanisms within the functionality of the tool. So I'll kind of do a quick run through of the tool, but you have the diagram here to see everything. So it's a smell-proof case. Everything is contained in one. When you open the case, you have all your essentials, your lighters, your papers. You can have cannabis in here. You can have rolled cannabis, oiled cannabis. You can have edibles in there as well. There's a compartment at the top here where you access the next set of tools. There is a grinder card on the top. Now this top cover removes, and you're able to use the grinder card as a grinder for the cannabis. This allows you to grind everything right in the top cover so that you don't have any issue with transporting the cannabis into the method in which you want to consume. And then everything clicks back into the dupe tool to allow you to transport everything discreetly and smell proof, which is a big thing for our consumers. They want to be able to put everything in one, have 10 different tools, over 20 different ways to use it, and also have that kind of discreetness to the whole aspect of the tool. So we are gearing up right now for a funding round. We're very excited to be able to continue with moving the next round of products across the country. And then our big move with this funding round is to really make a push for the United States in both the recreational and medical market. It's very exciting right now. We're in talks with a bunch of different companies there, primarily a bigger cannabis company based in LA that saw our tool and has acquired a good PO from us to be able to include in their corporate gifting program. The future is green. The future is bright for us. We're excited to move forward with this. We're very, very thankful for the ideaHUB and very, very thankful for the build program to get us to this point where we feel comfortable enough to release our products for the future. So yes, thank you guys for watching my demo, and I wish all you well. Thank you.
Have you ever wondered what happens to your plastic bottle after you put it in the recycling bin? We like to think that it goes on and gets turned into something great, but the harsh reality is over 90% of the time, that plastic bottle will end up in a landfill or be incinerated. My name is Jared Hudson, and I'm one of the co-founders of MyPack. MyPack's goal is to reduce the need for plastic packaging for personal care and cleaning products. We're accomplishing that goal by introducing our smart dispensing kiosks. They're similar to water fountains, but instead of dispensing water, they dispense products like laundry detergent and hand soap. The great thing about them is that they're zero waste, they're simple to use, they're self-served, they're convenient. We have multiple products, we have multiple scents for those products. We're looking to get these kiosks into high-density occupations like university residences and condo buildings. Residents would just bring their own bottle or a MyPack bottle to any of our locations and get their products when they need them. We've identified Gen Z as the most sustainable generation so far, so we're going to be focusing on university residences. The residents won't have to pay for any of their products since the costs will be covered by university residence fees, or if it's in a condo building, it'll be covered by the condo fees themselves. We've put together a great team that knows what it takes to get this product to market. There's the two co-founders, myself and Rod Kerr. There's our manufacturing partner, Andy, and there's our two business advisors, Corey and Sam. I could spend hours talking about why this is the perfect team for us, but I'll save time and I'll get on to our product timeline. Back in January, we started our customer discovery sessions by talking to universities across Canada. We talked to them about their problems, their waste management systems, and how we can help save plastic waste on their campus. We took those findings, and over the past summer, we've been working with our manufacturing partner to produce a working prototype that we can get tested. Now that we have a prototype ready, we're looking to get a testing session going in September. We're still looking for a university to partner with to get a testing done. So if you know anybody that can help us get that testing trial started, please send them our way. In January 2022, that's when we'll be looking to do our official launch. With this launch, we'll be looking to get 6 more kiosks out into the ecosystem, And then in the following summer of 2022, we'll be looking to our big expansion across Canada. For that expansion, we'll be looking to raise a round of $200,000. Thank you to the Build program and the ideaHUB for all the help they've supported us, for all the support they've given us. Thank you for everyone for listening, and we hope to see you all join the pack one day. Thanks.
Hi. Hi. My name is Scott. I'm here to represent Pion Electric, and our goal is to stimulate growth in the small or personal electric vehicle sector. Our team consists of 3 people that specialize in mechanical and electrical engineering, as well as software development. And these skills allow us to develop all the technology behind our products. Our target market is population-dense areas where the majority of vehicles are small vehicles such as mopeds, scooters, and rickshaws. Our beachhead market is the e-rickshaw market in India, which is a very large market with great growth potential. India currently has 1.5 million e-rickshaws and is expected to grow to a $8.3 billion industry by 2025. However, the transition to e-rickshaws still faces resistance. The obstacle of the e-rickshaw market is the lack of consumer confidence in the current technology and the limitations in the performance in terms of range, power, and safety. And this is where Pion comes in. Our solution is to implement state-of-the-art battery management systems into swappable lithium-ion packs and create an interactive user interface. This will increase the performance in terms of the range, power, and safety, while allowing the user to understand their batteries better than ever. This will give e-rickshaws the competitive edge against internal combustion engines and increase their adoption, which will make a positive environmental and economical impact. During the build program, we had a lot of support to develop our first prototype. Here's where we developed our unique battery management algorithm, as well as the circuit board. And we also built a full battery pack that will serve as the test bed for the communications with our interactive management software. Moving forward, we aim to work with potential customers to fine-tune a market-ready solution and supply the solution to existing e-rickshaw manufacturers. With Pion, we believe that manufacturers can expand their customer base with a more reliable, uniquely interactive, and high-performance management system. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm Clay Bryden, and this is Remote Energy Systems. Remote Energy Systems is a clean tech startup that was founded by recent graduates from Dalhousie University: Andrew, Ian, myself, Simon, and Lyle. We're all co-founders and originally came together as leads of Dal's Renewable Energy Society. We are based in South Shore and HRM, and we're looking to make innovative products that make renewable energy technologies available to more people, starting in the marine industry. The problem we came upon is the availability and convenience of power generation on sailboats. Sailboats require power to operate essential systems such as navigation, communication, and refrigeration. Traditionally, sailors will either stop at expensive marinas or drop the anchor and use their engine to charge their batteries, which creates fumes, noise, and vibrations. Today, most cruisers are adopting solar power. What's out there right now is, on the right, current traditional aluminum glass solar panels, which are affordable and durable, but can require expensive custom mounting hardware or take up valuable deck space. Our main competitor, semi-flexible panels on the left, are lightweight and easy to use, but more expensive, and they're often installed in suboptimal positions, leading to accelerated wear, decreased performance, and potentially dangerous hotspots. Neither of these products are easily storable. Our product is called the Marine Solar Canopy. We are developing a proprietary method of fixing high-efficiency photovoltaic cells to a flexible substrate, allowing the cells to remain isolated, solving the degradation issues seen in the semi-flexible panels. Our product can be placed anywhere in a sailboat with versatile mounting points and can also be easy to disassemble, folding down for compact and lightweight storage, about a quarter of its size. We are researching and developing ways to improve the overall performance as well of the cells. Based on our existing data, we can estimate that there are over 1.7 million sailboats between Canada and the USA. This is our initial market. We estimate about a third of those being cruisers, leaves us with nearly 600,000 cruising yachts in the region, with a total market of around $293 million. We'll follow with expansion into other markets around the globe, as well as for the larger day sailing market of sailors. And finally, we can use the core technology in these products to make products in other markets such as camping, global relief, events, and more. In our next prototypes, we'll be focusing on minimizing the thickness of the product, maximizing the power density, and overall maximizing the efficiency. And we are gearing up to do some beta testing with our designs, doing comparative testing against the competition, and putting our units through extensive durability testing. We aim to start pre-sales late this year with an entry into the market in 2022, evaluating expansion after that. Thank you very much, and feel free to reach out to us on our website and Facebook.
Farmers love what they do. There's no question there. And this is the time of year that they are at their busiest. But poultry farms are often struggling with poor data management and paper-based compliance programs. My name is James, and I founded MyFlock to address these issues and to save our farmers their valuable time and money. So I specialize in applied computer science and have spent the pandemic building and launching our app's first version. Advising us on poultry and industry-related things, we have David. He is a local Nova Scotian chicken farmer and actually the former CFC chairman. Thanks to a NovaCorp Sprint program, we've established a cross-discipline research team from here at Dow that will help us make sense of the data and make sure we're using it properly. Our app has both a web dashboard for farm managers' insights, as well as a mobile dashboard for farm workers' daily use. And through the build program, we were able to design and develop our first version of sensors for trial in barns. These sensors pair with our existing application to automate the collection of compliance-related data and to increase the granularity so we can best optimize these farms. There are definitely several off-the-shelf options available for sensors to us, including BLE, cellular, and XB. But factoring in the different number of variables that we needed to record, we decided that it was best to just roll these out ourselves, so we have more control over everything. And for these, we settled on LoRaWAN, not only for its long range and low power, but its ability to penetrate through metal buildings and concrete better, while reducing our costs to getting everything deployed by over 50% actually. Data entry and management of this information is currently costing farms hundreds of hours per year and extra labor. Up for next for us is our sensors getting installed in the barns and test them in a live environment while we complete our research project with Dalhousie. I'm also continually adding features to the application, and we'll soon be adding the other poultry compliance programs Canadian farms need, such as turkey and egg, while beginning expansion across Canada. And thanks to the Atlantic Canadian ecosystem for taking us under their wing and helping to keep us pointed in the right direction.
Hello, I'm Nathaniel King, co-founder of Quality Controls Limited. We make smart controllers for homes with multiple heating systems. We're particularly interested in heat pumps and their backups, and trying to answer the question for homeowners: when is it most cost effective to run your heat pump? My team is myself. I'm a maker, mechanical engineer, currently doing a Master of Applied Science with Cliff. And my co-founder, Scott McDonald, he's a mechanical engineer, automated system specialist, and before becoming an engineer, had a red seal in the heating trades. So he's very familiar with all types of home heating systems and homeowners' issues around them. Over the last few months with Build, we've done a batch of prototypes, which look something like this. They're designed specifically for homes with central air heat pumps and natural gas or oil backups. If you have one of these systems, normally you would just control them with a thermostat. But the smartest of thermostats, or most ancient ones, all they can do is decide when you need more heat. And when you're running a heat pump, they assume that the heat pump is the most cost-effective option. But that's not always true. If you live in an environment like ours, where it's quite cold, quite wet, and icy, the heat pump performance suffers. So our controller is compatible with all types of normal thermostats, goes in your furnace room and decides when is it most cost. It tracks the heat pump performance in real time to decide what the best system is to run for the conditions. We're running a pilot study with our setup through next fall and winter, which will form part of my master's thesis. If you're interested, please reach out to me at nathaniel@calpe.ca. Thank you.
Fun stuff. I probably should have checked if I'm recording, but I'm assuming I am. So, good afternoon. My name is Nicholas Laval. On behalf of Clean Valley Biofiltration Technology, CIC, I'm here to speak about our biofilter. By 2050, there will be 10 billion people on this planet, all of which looking for a sustainable source of seafood. Thankfully, the onshore aquaculture industry is poised to meet that demand. However, there is one major problem. For onshore facilities, the amount of maintenance is an astronomical expense. To give you an example, between onshore and offshore, it's about a 40% difference in terms of maintenance costs, and that is attributable to the amount of water quality treatment required for these facilities. Now, there are three options for a facility. They can either truck their wastewater away, dump it into a local ecosystem, or have it treated. The average treatment costs around $500,000 for the installation and about $1 million every 10 years in reoccurring costs. It does not need to be that expensive, and we have been developing a solution. In fact, for the last 2 years, we've been patenting, testing both in benchmark, lab, MVP, and now we're currently within proof of concept tests at local facilities. And thanks to the build, we've been able to not only take our rendered designs, but bring them into reality with some of the pictures shown on the right there. Our system is nature-based, utilizing algae and bivalves to treat nitrogenous waste. This will provide a reduction of the overall year-over-year cost, but also it's 50% less than the competitor's installation and reoccurring costs. The wastewater remediation market is massive. We've been researching it a lot lately, talking to both local customers and looking at the global market. It's about a $10.2 billion market, and it's continuing to grow along with the aquaculture industry. And we're looking to take about 12% of that total market share with our business model that is tried and true, a razor blade model with a $300,000 installation and a $7,000 reoccurring subscription fee for the refreshing of our filtering media. This equals out to these financial forecasts that you can see on the screen with a steady growth in revenue. However, we realized that we went a little bit too conservative for numbers, and we'll have to do a seed A round in the next 6 months to raise about $600,000. I've been working with some rather intelligent business advisors, industry experts, and academics who have helped bring this all together. And honestly, to list all 17 of them and their contributions would take a lot more than the time allocated to me. So what I'll say for now is, if you would like to learn more, feel free to reach out to me. Well, I'll do it soon, as we're heading into a heads down position for the next 6 months. So thank you for your time. And again, stay safe out there, folks.
Hi, my name's Gavin Andrews, CEO and founder of Mabel Systems. We build automated inventory systems for seafood and aquaculture processors. We're using our own camera-based system to automatically track inventory through the plant. I'll now show you a video that demonstrates our product and how we apply it to local businesses here in Nova Scotia.
We were actually approached by somebody in the seafood industry that wanted to design a inventory system, an automated inventory system for their production plant. Typically, everything's done manually, and he was looking to automate everything. Well, first off, seafood plants are rough environments. A lot of what we've had to do is design systems that will work in these environments. We ended up having to design our own camera system made for that environment. It's waterproof, made of machined aluminum and anodized. Salt water won't make it rust, and it can take a hit or two. The camera is actually smart enough to read the labels on the bins and the crates so that it automatically updates the inventory system. People in the back office, they automatically get which crates have been received that day, and it happens instantaneously. For the operators on the floor, now they don't have to write anything down. It's a very passive system, and it takes very little training. So all you have to do is put the crate in the location, and the cameras pick it up and automatically register it. Then we also have it integrated with scales, so we're capturing the weight. You can also assign grades, and based on which labels we put on the crates, fishermen or buyers, or dates and times when the product was received. Our longer-term vision is to build the industrial engineer in the cloud. And to do that, we need to digitize the entire manufacturing space, and so that we actually know where all the inventory and all the people are. And as we do that, it makes it really useful if we can actually display that in a 3D rendering. So we started building a lot of our crates in a 3D format so that we can actually model a lot of these scenarios. And that actually helps us build better machine learning models without having to collect a lot of data. You know, the aquaculture industry is prime for growth. We have a lot of opportunity here in the Maritimes. And I'm really excited to be able to work with these customers building the product that we are so we can actually help them grow their business.
So I'd like to thank very much for the DAL Idea Hub to help us build our product. We really appreciate it, and we look forward to working with you in the future. Thank you. Bye.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is James Wild. I'm with Greenlight Analytical, proud member of the Emera Idea Hub. In short, I'm with the company Greenlight Analytical. We produce products for the growing cannabis industry. There's currently over 20,000 cannabis producers in North America. It's growing every day, with a worldwide potential to be over $100 billion market within about the next 5 years. Every one of those 20,000 cannabis producers has a problem. They don't know what is the state of their crops in real time. We call it plant and pray. They don't know what the taste, the smell, the aroma, and the potency of the product is. Our solution to that is a small analyzer that can measure the complete chemical profile of the plant in real time, directly in the greenhouse, that's easy enough to be used by a non-trained operator, yet provides accurate information that they can use immediately to control the state of their crops. Our product is designed to be very simple to use. Here you can see the sample introduction system that we developed in conjunction with the Idea Hub. Sorry about the stoner letterbox there, but we are a cannabis company after all. On the back end, we've developed the software in conjunction with the computer science department at Dalhousie to produce a user interface that is very simple to use. You can see it's very click friendly. As well, it provides an output to the user that is very readable. No specialized skills are required. We do have an experienced team to bring this product to market with well over 100 years in portable instrumentation. Currently, we're going through a fundraise exercise. many thanks to not only the ideaHUB, but also some of our friends on the call here from InnovaCorp and some of the other organizations that have been helping to get us off the ground. And I think with that, I will leave it for any questions or comments. I'm happy to catch them.
Well, I guess we can't get through a full demo day without some sort of tech glitch in this new virtual day and age. So unfortunately, it looks like Deanne's video was having some technical troubles. I think we're going to be working on the backside to see if we can add it in later on, but she was the last presentation. So actually there we have it as far as we went through with everybody else. So what I can say is, even though that I work with these teams every day, I'm always surprised at what they're developing, creating, and building. It's really rewarding at the ideaHUB to play this integral role in helping get new products built better. 2 years ago, we started with 6 companies, and now we've supported over 54 and have plans to support many more. You can also see from these demos that products come in all shapes and sizes. At the ideaHUB, we work with startups across all sectors who are building and developing physical products. If you want to get connected with any of the demoing teams today or any of the other teams that we're supporting, or if you want to get connected with us, don't hesitate to reach out. I think there's actually a link right on your screen. And as I've said, the ideaHUB is just one element of the many supports available to inventors and entrepreneurs in the ecosystem. When a team graduates the ideaHUB, they often move out of our facility and into other incubations at InnovaCorp, Volta or Cove, and some of the other facilities in the Halifax Innovation District, or to Ignite Labs in rural Nova Scotia. Some teams are even able to secure the financing they need to start their own facility. However, our alumni are never far away and always know they can call home when they need help. We're filling a gap, and we stand alongside our ecosystem partners. In fact, many of our current participants are recipients of InnovaCorp program funding to help them finance and develop their products. And the innovation community in Nova Scotia is exceptionally strong. And I'm not sure, are we able to go to Deanne, or are we going to throw it over to you, Katie?
I think we're actually going to bring Malcolm up to share a little bit about InnovaCorp and their role both in the ecosystem and in working with us in the build program. And then we'll try to squeeze Deanne in at the end. So I'll just do a quick little intro here for Malcolm. He is the president and CEO of InnovaCorp. InnovaCorp works to find, fund, and foster innovative Nova Scotia startups that strive to change the world. He joined InnovaCorp as a CEO in 2017. Previous to that, he was a leader in Canada's digital sector for 20 years, and he's earned recognition and awards for innovation, management, and community leadership. He also has a Bachelor of Commerce in Marketing and Economics from Mount Allison. He is the board chair of the Art Gallery of Nova Scotia, the research committee chair at Destination Canada, a board member with the Dalhousie Medical Research Foundation and Sobey Art Foundation, and a past chair of Digital Nova Scotia. Malcolm may not be a bridge nerd like John, but he is an avid classic rock fan. In fact, he plays bass guitar in a classic rock band. We can't wait for the end of COVID for venues to open back up so we can catch his band's next gig. Welcome, Malcolm.
Malcolm, we're going to stop you right there because you're muted. So we need you to unmute your audio so we can hear all the fantastic things that we're sure you're saying. Thank you.
Oh, look, I can't even get my own tech right. Okay, back to the start. Thanks, Margaret, for pointing out my incredible technical prowess with all these remote access technologies. I just want to say thanks to Margaret and her team today. This is an incredible show of some really interesting companies. We're happy to be part of the ecosystem that we get to work with, the Emera ideaHUB, to help these companies figure out their new technologies, understand their product and business milestones, and help them get to the next stage. And so our participation with the build program at the ideaHUB has been incredible. A lot of familiar faces in the mix of the presentations today, and I expect we'll be seeing some more of them come through a lot of our programs. And thanks for mentioning our incubation facilities, such as the Startup Yard at Cove, the labs and the bays, our pre-investment programs like InnovaCorp Accelerate, and our venture capital fund, where we get to actually make equity investments alongside other investors into these early stage companies to help them achieve their milestones and make their dreams a reality. That's really all you need from me today. I'm looking forward to the alumni presentations. Looks like all of them have been part of our programs or in our investment portfolio, so excited to see what they have to say.
Well, it's a good day when I'm not the one having all the tech issues. So we're so grateful to everybody at InnovaCorp for their continued support. And thank you, Malcolm, for everything that you do and for joining us today. And I think we're actually going to try throwing back to Deanne to see if we can see her presentation. And it looks like she's still not got the audio. So what we'll do is we'll make sure that Deanne's presentation is available after the demo day so that everyone can see a recording of all the incredible things that she has to say. Katie, can I throw it over to you?
Absolutely. So it's my pleasure to just acknowledge that we're so grateful for all the hard work of our teammates and subject matter experts who developed and delivered the Bridge program for our participants this year. In the land of COVID, there was a lot of pivoting, there was a lot of innovation happening in real time, and so we really, really appreciate all of them working with us. The world-class founders and demos that we heard today are now joining our incredible alumni community. The Hub is always here to support founders. You can learn more about what we do or get in touch with these founders at any time, either at the link that we've been throwing up in the chat that is the ideaHUB specific one, or sorry, the demo day specific one, or by visiting us at dalideahub.ca.
So thank you all for joining us today. And as we wrap things up, we are going to be including a few video updates from some of our past participants to share what they've accomplished and how far they've come in the last year since completing the program, as well as a few others, right, Katie?
Yes, yeah. We're also super excited to share some videos from our young innovators who are up and coming in our program and plan on partaking in the Build program this fall. So stick around for that, please. Enjoy hearing from our community, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Hello, everyone. My name is Hamid Hanafi, and I'm the president of Novarest Technologies. We work on predictive lung health, specifically on obstructive sleep apnea and CPAP machines. CPAP machines are reactive, so we work on artificial intelligence and machine learning algorithms that would make these machines predictive and preventative to be able to improve patient comfort and health on CPAP machines, which is a huge issue and number one driver of the CPAP market. So far, we've proven that the predictions are possible out of a observational study we conducted in Halifax. We collected 70,000 apneas and proved that our algorithms do work. Now we're moving on to an interventional study, first in man trial, to prove that prevention of apneas are possible. And this would be game-changing and revolutionary because there is no other company that does this. And the software. So basically our product, our first product is a software upgrade on CPAP machines. But This software is the basis of next generation of CPAP machines that would make them physically comfortable as well, which by presence at the ideaHUB, we managed to design and prototype some preliminary concepts about this, and the patents are going in very soon. And we're very grateful now as an alumni of ideaHUB. I really want to thank Margaret, Dr. Newhook, Dr. Cliff Johnson, Craig, Graham, and everybody there that really genuinely, their main focus, their main genuine aim was to help everyone advance and accelerate. Really want to thank all of you about this, and thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Mola Jamosi, co-founder and CEO of Graphite Innovation Technologies. We are a firm that manufactures paint, corrosion paint, and marine growth paint. So we protect vessels that move from those two things. We also give you performance characteristics such as less greenhouse gases, less fuel consumption. We started our journey from while we were at Dalhousie University. We spent all at Dalhousie University. We were really happy we chose the ideaHUB road. It gave us so many options to take and think about. So much support from the team to all the people that we've met. We've graduated from the ideaHUB, and we're really happy that right now we're at a stage where we're getting ready to commercialize our first product. We've piloted our technology with so many companies, and we have so many partners, and it's just an exciting time right now. We are getting ready to delivering one of our biggest orders so far. So we make lots of this and a lot more right here. So if you want to take a look. But thank you very, very, very much, and I hope you enjoyed this conference.
Hi, my name is Gabrielle Missoni, and I'm the CEO and founder of Colorsmith. Colorsmith is a team of scientists and engineers based out of Halifax, Nova Scotia, that has developed a proprietary technology for the vision care industry that allows us to incorporate optical filters into modern eyewear, including contact lenses and eyeglass lenses. In the last year alone, we validated our technology with two of the world's leading vision care companies. On top of that, we nearly tripled our valuation during the time of the pandemic, and we're only still days away from oversubscribing a $2 million seed round. Emera is integral to Nova Scotia's engineering and life science startup ecosystem. Colorsmith has benefited from their on-site engineering support, and they even assisted in the creation of a 3D prototype device that allowed us to create novel chemical systems. We look forward to following the future impacts of Emera ideaHUB and seeing all the exciting companies to come soon. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Rafaela. I am the president and CEO of Myomore Molecular. I'm really excited to be part of the ideaHUB. The ideaHUB has helped our company to grow and introduce us to many people, and we are really excited to be part of the group and the community. We are also looking to apply for the BUILD program in the fall. We are currently working doing our product development, and we think that the help that we are going to get with scaling and manufacturing of our product will help us to have something ready for next year. So at this point, we are really excited to move forward with our company and see our company grow, and I think the ideaHUB will be a great community to be part of and help us in this journey. Thank you everyone for listening, and see you later. Bye.
My name is David Hodson. I'm a mechanical engineer and medical student with a passion for innovation. Let me tell you about it. Over 500 million people around the globe suffer from the two most common respiratory illnesses, asthma and COPD. These patients are commonly treated with pressurized inhalers, but studies have shown that most patients use their inhalers improperly, with up to 90% of the dose ending up in the mouth and throat. A valve holding chamber is a tube-like device that ensures the medication a patient is expecting to get from their inhaler actually reaches the lungs. Many people forego the benefits of this device because of its inconvenient size. I've created what will be the smallest valve holding chamber on the market, so that patients can carry it with them wherever they go. Through the Emera ideaHUB, I've had access to the camaraderie of an entrepreneurial ecosystem, a network of industry experts, prototyping resources, as well as immeasurable inspiration and encouragement to make this solution a reality. The Build program will give me the opportunity to expeditiously produce a refined minimum viable product that is ready for regulatory approval, commercialization, and most of all, embodies the needs of the patient. Thank you.
My name is Sean McIsaac, and I'm a recent PhD student from the Center for Water Resources on Sexton campus. My research involves the utilization of ultraviolet light to make water and shared surfaces safer. Current bench-scale UV technologies lead to slow and laborious experiments that bottleneck our data acquisition. Slow data acquisition leads to inefficient decision-making and inefficient validation of consumer technologies as companies attempt to provide a cleaner world in a response to the COVID-19 pandemic. As a new member of the ideaHUB, I enjoy the Hub Hangouts with experts and specialists, as well as learning about the awesome ideas that other members are currently working on. I'm also interested in taking part in the Build program in the fall, so I can really translate the concept I'm working on into a working prototype.
Hey there, my name is Mitch Gregory. I'm the founder of Mavio Technologies, and I'm a part of the Young Innovators program at the ideaHUB. We're developing thermal management systems for battery-powered vehicles. We want to make sure that clean transportation can be used in any environment, even cold climates. I enjoy being part of the ideaHUB because it connects me with a community of people who have experienced what I'm experiencing. And it also provides me with connections to people who can help me build my ideas in reality. And the ideaHUB has access to really awesome prototyping facilities that can make building proof of concepts much quicker and better. As I develop my solution and identify an MVP, I'll need to connect customer and product requirements to engineering requirements and develop a manufacturing plan. And I think the Build program can help me with that. I think it'll help me develop new skills and plan for the future. And that's why I'm excited to take part, hopefully in the future.